talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is J.H. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? Let's talk. This says Fayetteville postal worker dies after spending hours in a mail truck on a 95-degree day. I had a little post in my community section where somebody posted the heat inside of the vehicles up to 121 degrees. This isn't something new. We've been talking about this forever, about you guys staying hydrated. This one's a little bit different for some reason. For those that have heard about it and those that have sent me the video, there's one difference. Let's take a listen.
Has learned OSHA is looking into the recent death of a Fayetteville postal worker as a heat-related incident. Family members tell us 51-year-old Wednesday Johnson was a postal supervisor.
A postal supervisor. Sorry to stop it. That's the first red flag for me. But let's continue to listen.
They say she became unresponsive inside a post office restroom after being in the back of a hot mail truck for hours.
In the back of a hot mail truck for hours. There's some of you that know what that means. One of two things. Was she loading the back of the mail truck for hours? Or was she doing a route evaluation? There's really no reason for her to be in the back of a vehicle. That's where they'd have the extra jump seat. Supervisor in a hot box. What do y'all call them? Easy bake ovens? Let's keep listening.
WREL's Gilbert Bays spoke with her son and daughter, who have fond memories of their mother and also want answers about the tragic way she died.
Well, I talked to Wednesday Johnson's son earlier this morning. He said he was actually on the phone texting his mother while she was in the back of one of these postal trucks. She texted him and said that she was extremely hot. She went into the restroom in the post office, and that's where they found her unresponsive.
Me as a know my mom loves me. She gives out a lot of love.
Wednesday Johnson was affectionately called Wendy by family and friends. We're told she comes from a big, loving family. She was their rock. She even loved to skydive. Johnson was a supervisor at the Lakedale Post Office on Owen Drive. But on June 6th, tragedy struck in the bathroom of the post office next to Harris Teeter on Rayford Road. Johnson's co-workers called her 18-year-old daughter and said her mother had been rushed to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center.
They were just saying, yeah, she was on the back of a truck. It was really hot. As soon as she got back from getting off the truck, she went to the bathroom. And then when somebody came to the bathroom, they just found her 15 minutes later, unresponsive.
This is
after she got back. After she got back. That's what her daughter said. Her daughter said after she got back, which means she was sitting in the vehicle doing a route evaluation or doing a ride along, whatever you want to call it, in the back of a hot box. That's incredible. On a hot day like that. Let's keep watching.
the kind of truck she was in. It has a fan on the dashboard, but no air conditioner. One postal worker who didn't want to be on camera told me they called these postal trucks easy bake ovens. OSHA is investigating the incident as a possible heat-related death. Johnson's son says his mother would text family members about the heat inside the trucks.
She texted my aunt, and she said, yeah, I'm in the back of this truck and I'm hot. Being in her situation, I don't think she should have been in the truck on 95-degree weather when in the back of that truck it's like 102. So I know my mom probably went to go gather herself in a cool environment. It must have been too much for her.
Family members cannot believe she's gone.
Like when I would think of my mom, I would think of my own community because I didn't need nobody else but her.
So we're waiting on the OSHA investigation and the medical examiner's report to determine exactly how Johnson died. In the meantime, the family says they're cherishing the wonderful way she lived. In Fayetteville, Gilbert Bays, WREL News.
WREL investigates.
So here we go. I'm not that guy, but I am that guy. A couple years ago, a year ago, that gentleman that passed away in Texas, he was a carrier. They looked at it and they said he was just a carrier. No, he was more than a carrier. He was the rock. He was around longer than her and he was older than her. OSHA's involved in it now because it's a supervisor, or because shit just hit the fan now? Is it now that they finally realizing what carriers have been saying all along? Is Renfro gonna go and say, hey, now that it affected the upper management, what you gonna do about this? Because UPS made it a point to say, hey, it's time to put some ACs in these hot boxes. It's not humanly, it's not real to bake a human being. But what's Renfro really gonna do? This is the real tish that they gotta deal with. 95 degrees. What about those that are down in the south part of Florida, in the south part of Texas, in the south part of Carolina, in the desert in Arizona? Do I need to continue? What about them? Is this just part of the job that we accept? I moved furniture for a living, and in moving furniture for a living, we had to load the back of trailers. That's what we did. And the trailer is a big box of metal sitting in the sun. That's what it is. And it bakes on the inside. That's what it does. And you had to be physical and sweating and just in the back of them, coming downstairs and then walking up ramps and going inside of those hot boxes. Hot boxes. When is enough going to be enough? Oh, because it was a supervisor? Now it's enough? Are they going to make a change, or are they going to just say that's, how they say it in war, one of the spoils of war? You know, it's just one of those things that happen. No, it's not one of those things that happen. They need to bring light to this situation because, number one, she was clearly doing route evaluations. There's no reason for a supervisor to sit in the back of a vehicle. None. It's unsafe, number one. Those little chairs that they sit in, they're never really strapped up right. So it's unsafe. The way that they manipulate the system to try to get numbers done right is beyond me. So to no fault of her own, somebody asked the supervisor to go do that. And she said she reached out to her kid. Her kid said she reached out to her and said it's uncomfortable. See, the news is going to say, oh, she's looking into it. The news, okay? They've been looking into it for the last how many years they've been in these hot boxes. This ain't the first year these hot boxes started. They started back in 86, 87. All of a sudden, now it's coming to light. Get the out of here, man. How many more? How many more? I bet you there ain't gonna be a bunch of supervisors sitting in the back anymore. I bet you they're gonna get in their own vehicle and follow them because they don't want to be part of the carriers, what the carriers got to deal with, what the rural carriers got to deal with. Nobody should have to deal with that. That's at the end of the day, nobody should have to deal with that. You know what? Y'all have all told me about this. They got a bunch of people on here from outside that are giving their opinions. None of their opinions matter. Your opinion matters. Speak your voice. This is JH. Let's talk about it.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.